We're right in the midst of a daring rescue attempt to bring the famous Dominion war hero and former Chancellor, General Martok, back to the Klingon Defense Force. He is being held in the middle of a joint Son'a and House Torg facility in the middle of the Briar Patch. The dishonoured Klingon House has been using this base to hide their political prisoners, and the healing properties of the Briar Patch have been keeping Martok alive to endure more torture. Rodek, secretly Worf's brother, is leading this mission while we posed as prisoners to get into the facility. Now inside, we've located Martok and set about trying to spring him from prison.
There is another here who deserves that honor. A friend, and a warrior born. His cell is not far. We will liberate him. There's nothing unwise about adding a strong arm to your ranks. The console to the left controls the door. The one to the right controls the turrets. Override it, and friend becomes foe. Ha!
Following Martok's advice, we managed to override the defense turrets, bringing them on our side. We're gonna need all the help we can get getting out of here.
There he is, across the way.
He looks like a Jem'Hadar.
Martok, this warrior you speak of is a Jem'Hadar.
What of it? The war is over, and he has earned my respect. Come out. We have work to do.
I stand ready to fight. Who's this?
This is Rodek, son of Nagra.
Well met. I am First Cover Kara, and I am...
I know the rest, Jem'Hadar. Martok speaks for you. That is enough for me. Time to go.
Alert. Jailbreak in progress. Security protocol red.
What about the other prisoners? Do we have time to release them? No? I can't figure out these controls in time. I think we're gonna have to leave them here. Sorry fella, if I see a way to help you I will. But until then, we've got a jailbreak to complete.
They have locked down the facility. Their doors will not stop the charges I brought along, however. We can blast our way back to the elevator.
I like you.
Those charges can be of use in other ways. Torg has been running the pathetic remains of his house from this place. Blowing up critical targets within it will hinder him greatly.
I like you even more.
Torg's office lies beyond this door. If we're lucky, he'll be in it. Until I run him through, that is. If he's not there, destroy his private computer. He stores all of his critical data on it. Losing it will weaken him considerably.
And then?
We forge on until we reach the main security office. From there, we can override the rest of the turrets and take out the alarm system.
Yeah, the security here is not that great, but what about the nearby turrets?
Use the console by the door to override them. Take care of the rest at main security. Remember, Torg's lackeys and his new Tzenkethi friends will try to stop us. Be sure to stop them first.
The sounds of disruptor fire echo from the room beyond as we override the turrets and place our spatial charges. Okay, fire in the hole.
Jailbreak! Open fire! Now!
We charge through our breach and take out the guards we passed on the way in. Martok plunging in ahead, armed only with Rodek's batleth and a decade's worth of pent-up Klingon aggression for his captors. The Tzenkethi that were visiting to take Martok away also join the battle, eager to get their revenge on the man they call the Butcher.
Venom, why aren't you reporting in?
The Jem'Hadar, Kara shrouds himself before joining the skirmish, using his inherent abilities to his advantage. We press on and sight a Klingon patrol ahead. Fortunately, we've arrived outside Torg's office, so we wait for the patrol to pass on before we dive in. What greets us is the deflated form of a Mugato rug, horn and all, so mind that, as well as the spines running down its back. It'll be like stepping on Lego. Oh, right, yes, the mission. House Torg banners are mounted around the room, and the computer systems appear to be Son'a in design. Changes nothing. We're still here to destroy it all.
The most recent file is a bill of sale for some sort of large torpedo. Interesting. Torg bought it from the Tzenkethi. Doesn't say what kind of torpedo it is. It must be new and powerful, considering the amount he paid for it.
From the Tzenkethi? I have a feeling I know what's going to be in that. Proto-matter. Now, we need to get word of this back to the Alliance. That's the point. General Martok, do you know about the Khitomer Alliance? Questions for later. Let's set the charges.
Alert. Jailbreak in progress. Lethal force is authorized.
Oh, I'm so glad I've got permission to use lethal force. Right, come on, let's go.
This will hurt Torg. At least until I kill him.
Remembering the patrol from earlier, we prepare to ambush them and take them out as they move towards the office that we just renovated. The sounds of battle, however, drew a nearby Tzenkethi patrol that comes barreling through the doors to attack.
It's him! The Butcher of Tzenkethi! Kill him!
From one skirmish to the next, ceaseless patrols of Torg and Tzenkethi move down the corridors to attack us, and we are hampered by having to take the longer route back. The gates through which we originally passed are all barred, but the only security system that we can't hack. Yet.
Main security is ours. Override the turrets, then set your charges. We have business elsewhere.
I've got to say, this prison is nowhere near as secure as it could have been. Then again, secrecy was its primary defence, and it is a converted sonar research base. On top of this, House Torg no longer has the resources of the Empire at its disposal, so I guess we shouldn't be that surprised at the ease we're having here. Having overwritten the primary turret controls, we place another spatial charge and press on.
Did you hear those explosions? This way!
Take cover, we've got them in a choke point.
That should take them a while to repair. Security is down.
The Butcher still lives! Unacceptable! Bring me his head, now!
Witness the strength of a true Jem'Hadar!
You! I should have known not to trust you!
We continue to fight our way out of the facility through the dismayed guards.
All enemies of the Empire will fall!
The next room we enter is a large chamber that reveals multiple levels of this facility. The Tzenkethi in here are just as the ones we fought before, but a glitch often occurs in this room that sees your away team fall down the central pit, becoming KO'd by the fall and remaining out of resurrection reach. This happened to 3 of my 4 crew members, then the 4th when I went back to find the other 3.
Good to feel a blade in my hand. Better to use it on my enemies. We were all taken through here to an exercise area. As we passed, I saw a Son'a engineer working on these panels. They control power to the cell doors, all of them. Blow up the panels, and all the prisoners go free. I expect they will be eager to settle accounts with their guards.
Good idea. So, Martok's been observing quietly biding his time, so that when an opportunity arrived to escape, he could make the most of it. Oh, let's not disappoint. Drawn by the explosion, more Klingons, Tzenkethi, and Targ arrive to intercept us.
Victory is mine!
Because of the loss of the rest of the team, it's kind of imperative that I keep Bazaar alive.
Keep moving. Almost there.
It was about now that I realised the rest of my away team had fallen down the pit. And after investigating and trying to reload from a checkpoint and order them to other places, Bazaar decided to join them.
It's time to evacuate. When we reach the roof, our ships can pick us up.
The elevator's offline. How will we escape?
We will use a grappling device to reach the rooftop. Once we're out, we will deactivate the Son'a shield generator to clear a path for our ship.
This is highly unorthodox.
Yes, an audacious plan, worthy of a true Klingon warrior. You honor your house and mine. When we are free of this place, we have much to discuss.
When we arrive on the roof of the facility, the Armiger calls down to let us know that Torg, Tzenkethi and Son'a vessels are converging on the planet, so we tell them to be ready to extract us when the shield drops. This tower is incredibly tall, you can't even see the floor from up here. What we do see is the large shield transmitter of evident Son'a design, a similar system to the ones we see on their collector vessels, except a transmitter, not a receiver.
I see the warriors of House Torg and Tzenkethi have come to test us. Fill the halls of Grethor with their souls!
Yes, I shall do that, just give me 2 secs. Right, what was that about Grethor? Oh yes.
I told Lady Sorella that I would bring you home, Martok. I intend to honor that promise.
I see they've sent a pack of filthy Karoots to fight us. Good. I can use the exercise.
After fending off the initial wave of Tzenkethi, House Torg arrived from the elevator behind us. Then more beam in from elsewhere.
Now I know why Jem'Hadar wish to meet Klingons when they cross the anomaly.
Fight on! Send them all to Grethor!
You fight well, Alliance.
The Tzenkethi slam attacks can send people flying, and they employ tractor drones to do a similar job.
Enemy forces are larger.
Yep, this skirmish does not let up for a long while. Torg, Targ and Tzenkethi continually hound us until the Tzenkethi leader arrives himself.
The battlefield is ours. Now we must destroy the Son'a shield generator to clear the way for our ships. Rodek to core. The shield is down. Prepare to extract.
Martok! You call yourself a warrior? A leader? I call you a coward and a butcher! I will avenge your victims!
I think not, Tzenkethi. Not while I live.
Jem'Hadar, weakling! Go now and join your changeling guards!
No!
I will name my firstborn after him. I forgot his name already.
Butcher! This ends here! Now! No trial! No mercy! Only your death!
Many have tried to kill me and failed to kill me. Come and add your name to the list.
Waram Zengrayu, the Tzenkethi leader, has a very powerful deflector shield on his back that is impenetrable to anything we have with us, but it only covers his rear. So in the same way as the Tzenkethi battlecruisers have weaker shielding in front of them, we've got to line ourselves up with the captain to land a hit, which of course places us in his vision. With the facilities shielding down, I do beam in reinforcements from the Armiger to help, but they're swatted aside rather quickly.
Klingon filth! We're not finished here!
Yes, we are.
So cool. With the battle complete, the shield generator down and Martok with us, it's time to escape.
I will take Martok with me to the core. Perhaps after the battle he can explain some of the strange things he said in his cell. For now, the enemy waits for us in the stars. Are you ready to meet them in battle? The enemy is near. We are outnumbered, but my crew got a signal to our allies. Reinforcements should arrive soon.
Excellent, because just us two against this armada is not going to be easy, even if we do use the Metreon gas.
There is no escape for you, Patak! But you are not going to die today. Oh, no. You will be taken alive. Martok will be delivered to the Tzenkethi, and the rest of you will spend your days in a place that makes Rurapinthe look pleasant. Perhaps when I am Chancellor, I will have them sing songs about you, Martok, so that Klingon children will know what failure is.
That was a pretty good speech. How long did it take you to rehearse that? Well, battle stations it is.
The blood of my heir is on your blade, Torg. It will be avenged.
If your blood is as thin and weak as his, it will barely stain my blade.
Old words for a cowardly traitor. Say them, Blackbane. You have a spine.
We begin by focusing down one of the House Torg bird of preys, simply because they are weaker and we're trying to even the numbers as quickly as possible. However, the IKS Chakri makes a pass at us, the Nekfar warship, a favourite as flagships among Klingons since the end of the Dominion War. Another bird of prey falls this time to Rodek, and the Chakri makes a mistake of flying through a pocket of volatile Metreon gas, so we ignite it. Incredibly, the warship survives the catastrophic explosions, but its shields are depleted, so we take the opportunity to pound it further with phaser fire and torpedoes. The further barrage is too much for the Nekfar warship and it springs a leak, stalling out in space with no shielding. We can ignore it for now and focus on the remaining forces.
Torg! I claim the rights of vengeance. Face me in battle, or I'll kill you where you stand.
I'll take pleasure delivering your corpse to the Tzenkethi. What's left of it, anyway?
I claim command of this vessel. Any objections? No? Then make ready for battle.
Hostile vessels, you have invaded Son'a space and attacked without provocation. These are acts of war. I implore you to surrender while you're still able. We may show you mercy where our allies will not.
With the Changui now under Martok's command, we've got a bit more time on our hands, but the Son'a have appeared to have finally intervened in their space. Now Torg is out of the picture. They've brought with them one of their dreadnoughts. These vessels can deploy a powerful emitter array that consumes ambient particles, buffing the ship itself. Unfortunately, we cannot entertain Captain Jolly's request here. After all, House Torg is an enemy of the KDF, and therefore the Alliance and the Son'a have been allied with them.
We are still close friends with the Dominion. You would be wise not to make
What do you know, Dominion? Other than the taste of their boots on your lips?
I'm not dead yet, Butcher, but you will be, and soon!
Reinforcements are here.
General Rodek, I do hope you have my husband with you, preferably intact.
I am Worf, son of Moog, Gintok to the House of Martok. The House of Torg must not be allowed to survive this day.
Now things are a bit more even. We'll start by taking a dive over this Metron cloud to see if we can lure them into following us through its vapours before detonating them. It's worked before.
Try not to die. We have much to discuss.
Honor me, my country. Let us darken the stars with the blood of our enemies.
General Martok has killed Torg in battle. The Changui. Congratulations, General.
Now, I do have the sound effects turned down and the dialogue turned right up, or at least I thought I did, but maybe an update's reset. That I'll have to check it, because that did seem a little hard to make out. Sorry about that. Needless to say, with some careful flying and hit-and-run tactics, as well as destroying the clouds of gas to level the playing field, things are turning to our advantage. So, Lady Sorella, head of House Martok, its returned former leader, the General himself, Rodek, and his unknown brother Worf, representing not only the Alliance today but a staunch ally of House Martok, all whittled down the sonar ships in combat until only the Collector dreadnought vessel is left.
You have given me the chance to regain the honor I lost in that cell. I will not forget it. For now, I shall return to Kronos with my wife, the warriors of my house, and the sons of Moog. It is time for their house to be restored, if they wish it.
I wish you success, General. It's been an honour, and it sounds like you're not the only one with some catching up to do. Rodek, how much have you been told?
It has been a day of victory, and yet I am troubled. These things that Martok says, that I am a son of a different father, brother to a warrior I barely know, that I lived the life of another man. There is much I have to learn, but now is not the time. I must return Martok to Quanos before the enemy regroups. Until then, fight well.
Fight well, General, and whatever your past, you're definitely a warrior today.
Klingon political intrigues are never boring, that's for sure. It's my understanding that Martok isn't going to pursue the Chancellery, which should make a number of people in the Empire sleep a little easier. A Klingon civil war is something best avoided. Trust me. Martok has considerable experience dealing with the Tzenkethi, and has offered his services to the Alliance in that regard. There's a good chance you haven't seen the last of the General.
Klingon Civil War? Nah, that'll never happen. And as for Martok, no, I do expect to see him again. Now we have a Tzenkethi expert on our hands, perhaps we can get back to finding out just what it is their ultimate goal is. On top of this, we have the reuniting of Rodek, or Kurn, I guess, and Worf, possibly the reunification of House Moff too. These events will have repercussions for the Klingon political landscape down the line, but right now we have a proto-matter issue to deal with, and with Martok's aid, hopefully we can unravel their scheme, head them off as it were. We now know that the Tzenkethi are developing a torpedo weapon on top of it all, so there's that to look into. But that'll have to wait for another part of the Star Trek Online story series as we continue to explore Star Trek's ever-evolving narrative in this game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for another part. Until then, I've been Rick, thanks again, and Qapla'.